Всем привет! Hello everyone! Welcome back to my channel, the Filipina in Russia podcast, where we talk about culture, responsibility, and real-life issues connecting between Filipinos and Russians around the world. And today's episode is educational discussion about two recent and separate incidents about two Russians in the Philippines. First one is already deported, and the other one is still under immigration custody and facing deportation. Before we begin, I want to be very clear. This discussion is not about spreading hate, not spreading hate, fear, and stigma. It is about facts, accountability, and the consequences of very irresponsible behavior, especially when you are just a guest in someone's country. Let's talk about the first incident, and that is Vitaly's behavior. Before the second accident happened, people already focus on Vitaly's behavior. That's the very first one. A Russian online personality named Vitaly posted multiple videos filming public areas in the Philippines. Many Filipinos found these videos very disruptive, very disrespectful, and also inappropriate. Well, particularly because it involves physical harassment and also he disregarded cultural boundaries. According to Philippine authorities, his actions violated the law related to public order. He was arrested, detained, and eventually declared an undesirable alien, which of course led to his deportation. This case sent a strong message for everyone that fame does not excuse disrespectful behavior. And of course, foreign visitors are obliged to follow the laws and respect the people who lives in that country. So now let's move on to how the first case set the tone, right? Because Vitaly's case happened first. Obviously, emotions were already high and then the second incident appeared online. Of course, as a Filipino, you will be feeling that your hospitability is taken for granted. So, when another Russian content creator posted shocking material shortly after, well, to be expected, the reaction is extreme right away. Now, let's move on to the second incident, the misinformation and the cloud. Now, the second case happened. It's involved again Russian, a 21-year-old content creator named Nikita. He posted videos that contained false and irresponsible claims related to HIV, which caused public concern and anger online. These claims were not educational or factual. This only designed to attract views. Well, because of the nature of the content, authorities intervened. Well, here is the factual clarification. Nikita underwent an HIV test. The result was negative. Authorities confirmed that the content was created purely for clout and online engagement. There were no confirmed health risks, but the misinformation itself caused a real concern. So now, why is this still serious? Even when the claim is false, spreading health related information can obviously create unnecessary fear, increasing stigma toward people living with HIV, and lastly, undermine people's trust in accurate health information. This case is not about a medical concern. In any country, threatening public safety, especially even if it's false, can have legal consequences, most especially for foreign visitors. So, if you're planning to visit any country, be careful. As a Filipino living in Russia, In my perspective, I feel that it's important for me to speak with balance. Of course, I fully understand why Filipinos felt angry and disrespected, especially after having two incidents which are Russians. Also, at the same time, it's important to emphasize that these individuals do not represent all Russians. Many Russians are kind, warm, and respectful people both home and abroad. Accountability should always be individual and not collective. It's important to distinguish between a few bad actions and an entire nationality. We can call out harmful behavior without turning it into hate toward all Russians. And we can also celebrate the facts that Russians are generally friendly, polite, and very welcoming people, because that's how I feel when I arrived here. The bigger lesson in this podcast is that cloud has consequences. Both cases highlight a growing issue in an online world. Shock content may bring short term attention, but real life has laws, borders, and consequences. Using sensitive topics like very sensitive health related informations irresponsible for views is not entertainment, it's reckless. So, before we go, I really want to give this message. While today we talk incidents involving a few individuals, it's also important to remember that these cases do not define nationality. From my experience living here in Russia, I can really say that Russians, again, are generally kind, warm, polite, and very respectful people. They welcome others, value community, and follow the rules just like we do, Filipinos do. So please let's focus on holding individuals accountable for their actions, not the nationality, while still appreciating the goodness and generosity of the whole people. Thank you for listening to my channel, the Filipina in Russia podcast. Let's just stay thoughtful and kind. And until next time, remember, we can learn from mistakes without losing respect for others. Paka paka everyone. Bye bye. Spread love.